On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Clear, the person that's winning is doing you a favor by even giving you the information in the first place. It's not, you're not doing them a favor by having a discussion. As a matter of fact, when I'm seeking mentorship and I'm looking for insight and understanding, and the guy says, and they start talking, I shut the hell up and I listen. I'm not looking to have a conversation. This is not a conversation. This is a dictatorship because they have the information that I'm seeking, and it's a privilege that they even given me the information in the first place. Women need to understand their place and look at men as leaders. And if you respect them enough to even have the conversation with them, you should respect them enough to just be quiet and listen and take in the information without saying nothing at all. You don't always have to talk. Sometimes you just need to be quiet. If he's giving you the insight on how to protect yourself, regardless of whether or not you can see it or not, it's a reason he's telling you. He's not telling you for his own good. He's telling you for you. They don't always have to talk. They could just be quiet. Let me stop.
Y'all just straight deflect from that point. Because yes, I might not be talking to you, but if I'm talking about at least 50% of the black women, that you probably, and I'm telling you, it's a major percentage. Because the thing is I had opportunity to travel all over, just not the world, but the United States. And guess what commonality that I always see?
Shoe and ice?
Shoe and ice, everything I named to you. It's right. Hey, look, I'm telling you, but the thing is, I'm saying is that, you made me forget a question, man. Hey, look, all right.
All right, don't worry about it. I'll come back
ridiculous.
To you. Hey, Didi, can constructive criticism be a form of protection for women?
Yes. I think so. But the thing is, when it comes to women, they don't like you to correct them or tell them anything. So it can definitely be a protection if they would listen to the advice and take it. And most women, yeah, they do deflect and they don't want to accept the reality of what they're being told. You can't really tell them anything. And it's not all women, but a lot of women, they don't. If they're doing something the way they want to do it, they don't want nobody else to tell them to do it any other way. So it could definitely be a protection if more women were open to taking that advice, taking that constructive criticism, and listening to it and actually applying it to their lives. If they did it, it would help. But a lot of women just don't want to hear anything other than what they're used to doing, and they think that their way is the best way, and that's just it.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it can help, but they have to take that advice and actually use it.
Gotcha. I agree with Didi. Like, I feel like sometimes women take it so personal. Mm-hmm. Like if it doesn't, that slogan, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. Like I can take it in. Even if you got negative stuff to say about me, okay, maybe because I guess I have more of a tougher shell. So I just don't take everything personal. If you take everything so personal, that's gonna run your mind crazy. Like, so if it's not going to affect me, if not going to listen, I can still be receptive, sit here and be like, okay. Or I can be like, you know what? I understand. I fully get what you're saying. So I feel like sometimes we need to listen before we speak in some sort of way. Even if you disagree, just sit down, you can take it all in and still disagree. And then you can definitely comment on it.
And then if the way that you're choosing to go or whatever you're choosing to do, if it's not working and you have someone else telling you maybe you should try this, or maybe you should, take a different approach. And if what you're doing is not working, then I think it's helpful to try something different, take some type of constructive criticism that will give you the outcome that you're looking for other than what you've been doing.
Exactly. Take notes. If someone, like, for instance, if someone has a successful business for 10 years, 20 years, and I'm trying to open up a business and I've been failing at it, it would be good of me to listen to this business person and take the advice and take the information in so I can get the result that I'm wanting. So, I mean, that's a business. Yeah. But yeah.
Okay. Y'all know that ain't no woman listening like that. Y'all know that ain't true. Y'all know that women's inherent nature is to initially reject and then respond emotionally in most instances. And that, I remember one of our early shows, JR, I don't know if you remember this, but remember one of our early shows, and I was going back and forth with a girl, and she was using an example, and this was when all of the I think it was a lot of protesting and stuff going on. And she said, you know, when I was like, yo, we need to go out here and in the middle of the night or something like that and hit the streets and protest or whatever, stop traffic or something like that. I don't remember exactly what the context is. And she said, and all of the girls was like, yeah, girl, let's do it. And she was pissed because she was like, and none of the guys showed, you know, none of the guys wanted to step up and do it and this and that and this and that. And she said, and you know, they don't want to protect us. They don't protect black women and all of this other type of stuff. And I said, well, did the guy say, yo, maybe y'all shouldn't be out there in the first place? And she said, yeah, and that's just the coward's way out. And I said, well, you should have sat your monkey ass down and listened to them, because maybe they was being proactive and protecting you from the situation that could turn out to not be so great for you. You know, it's not a guy's job all the time to save you from yourself, but the form of protection is to let you know that your ass shouldn't be out there in the first place. And that ain't even a woman's place to be in. So the point that I'm making is that, and then she shut the hell up. But the point that I'm making is that in the initial instance, in a lot of situations, women want you to be Superman and save you after the fact. We not doing that, yo. Not no more. Not no more, because women have made too many strides in their quest to be equal with men and so on and so forth. And regardless of whatever it is that they feel, you're never going to be equal to men. I don't care how you feel. I don't care what you say. I don't care how many protests you do. I don't care how many policies is written. You're never going to be equal to men. And so with that context, let me be very, very clear. Sometimes you don't have to say nothing at all. Just be quiet. Listen to the person that actually has the insight and information as to how it is that you can move differently. Take the information and move accordingly. You don't always have to say something. It don't always have to be a conversation. It don't always have to be you giving your input, because let's be clear, the person that's winning is doing you a favor by even giving you the information in the first place. You're not doing them a favor by having a discussion. As a matter of fact, when I'm seeking mentorship and I'm looking for insight and understanding, and the guy says, and they start talking, I shut the hell up and I listen. I'm not looking to have a conversation. This is not a conversation. This is a dictatorship, because they have the information that I'm seeking, and it's a privilege that they even given me the information in the first place. Women need to understand their place and look at men as leaders. And if you respect them enough to even have the conversation with them, you should respect them enough to just be quiet and listen and take in the information without saying nothing at all. You don't always have to talk. Sometimes you just need to be quiet. If he's giving you the insight on how to protect yourself, regardless of whether or not you can see it or not, it's a reason he's telling you. He's not telling you for his own good. He's telling you for you. They don't always have to talk. They could just be quiet. Let me stop.